Hi guys, welcome back to Mary's the School of Love, and today we'll be talking about healing in marriage. My name is Neo Tsembancha, okay?
And my name is Masintle Chauke.
So without any further delay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So we felt like we should share our healing story or how God healed us through marriage and how God saved us through marriage. How you come into marriage broken, with faults and flaws and all, and how God uses your partner and how God uses the marriage to expose your weaknesses and even to heal you from wounds that you didn't even know sometimes that they existed.
Yeah. Well, for me, the one thing that I can say is my healing was covered in offense, which is me offending you. My Let me just say my wounds were covered in offense. So God had to that's why it's so important to do marriage with God,
Yeah.
because God had to literally show you that this girl is not impulsive. She has a serious problem of this kind of this root. This is her background. So I shared this testimony on Facebook that when I growing up, my mom had to go to school, and I was just 5 or 6 years old, and she took me to her aunt's place, which was my grandmother's place. I was sexually abused. I was emotionally abused and physically abused. It was quite a big house, and I was asked to do the chores and clean. And another thing that happened is that the people of the family, this is something that happened. Maybe they were not aware, or it wasn't a big deal, but everyone would sit around a table and eat. When I would sit in a dark corner somewhere, and they wouldn't call me to come and sit with everyone. And when everyone is done eating, and people, it was in the rural areas, and people in the rural areas, they they eat a lot, so the dishes were crazy, because after eating, then when everyone goes to sleep, I have to remain and wash those dishes, and just quite a lot of things that happened, and I just shoved away. When that experience happened, it changed my life completely. From that experience, I was a different person. And growing up, my parents or my mom thought that, she's just a teenager, just stage. And it was actually something way deeper than that. And this abuse thing, or this thing that happened, it affected me so much in marriage, because I experienced rejection. That thing of them sitting around the table and leaving me in the corner, me not having time to go play with other kids and being busy with chores, made me I had a rejection problem. So when I came into marriage, um, when we would have like normal disagreements about you saying no, that no, babe, I can't take you to that. I can't take you there because of this. For me, it wasn't the actual reason you were giving me, but for me, the pain that it came with your no, it just ran so deep. And you always ask me, why
Why?
don't you take
It's
my
it
nose?
sounded like you were overreacting
And you were
until
like,
until
yeah.
we reconciled it with the fact that you were you were actually acting from a place of hurt. You were
Yeah.
responding from a place of hurt
Yeah.
based on your previous experiences and what you have gone through. Understand? But I mean, thank God that He revealed it and that we became aware of what it was. That it was deeper than the actual
You
reaction.
actually thought, you said that maybe I am because I'm a last born. You said to me that I'm princessy, like I behave like I'm princess because I was so demanding. And I think I built that character because I wanted to defend myself, to protect myself from being taken advantage of, such that now I became selfish in making sure that I will get whatever I want. No one is going to stop me. I don't compromise, you know. And it has just been recently that as God revealed these things and healing me, and you would say, "No, babe, I'm not doing that," and it doesn't. it doesn't hurt as much.
Mm,
So I think it's very important that even in marriage, the little things that get to you, you have to ask yourself, why does this affect me so much? Why does this get to me so much? You will always find out that there is a deeper root, you know. But it's so difficult to see this on your own. But it takes you trusting your partner when he says, girl, you have a problem, you keep doing this, you keep doing this, you keep, instead of defending yourself and trying to be right. I think the greatest killer of marriage is trying to be strong and not vulnerable, because the world life wants you to be strong anyway.
it is,
Mm.
and well, like we say, there's no relationship without vulnerability.
Mm.
So walls need to be taken down.
In order for
Understand?
healing to
And
happen.
and at
Mm.
times we acting from a place of hurt, and that's why we build walls in
Mm.
certain areas.
Mm.
It will reflect in different areas of your life, and
Mm.
stuff.
Mm.
If you have been taken advantage of, you become this person who doesn't want to open up, who
Mm.
doesn't want to put yourself out there
Mm.
and stuff. Like
Mm.
at one stage, I didn't want to commit or whatsoever based on that, because of that, because I could not say no to her. Or I would promise something because I really want to do that for her.
Mm.
But
Mm.
I would fail because I'm busy with something else and all of that. She'll say, because you promised, you're going to do it, dude, and stuff.
Mm. Mm.
And that as well, to me, I built walls.
Mm.
I got to a point where I couldn't make promises to you anymore
Mm.
because I knew that it will end up in a fight. You'll end up having a hold on me and
Mm.
forcing me to do the thing because I promised.
Mm.
And every time you're like, dude, promise that you're gonna do it. I'm like, I won't promise. I will do it, but I'm not gonna promise. And stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we build walls. We build walls even in marriage
Mm.
based on the things that we've gone through. Understand?
Mm.
And
So yeah, you need to
and I
check
love,
those areas.
yeah, and I
Mm.
love marriage because it is the only institution that literally mirrors your faults like any other.
Mm.
Honestly, your friends, I mean, when you're with your friends, it's all about talking about good things. It's
Mm.
about going out. It's about laughing at
Building
all
each
of that.
other.
Understand? Yeah,
Mm.
to a certain degree with
Yeah.
friends.
Mm.
But in marriage, like we get deeper into the
Mm.
nitty gritties, into the small list of aspects.
Mm.
Understand? And well, that's the person who really knows you. It's your partner. They
Mm.
know how you behave and all those kind of things. So it's important that you pay attention to trends. Actually,
Mm.
you pay attention to things that keep reoccurring.
Habits. Mm.
Yes, habits and things that keep reoccurring and stuff, and how a person handles certain things. Understand?
Mm.
Sometimes I remember I came with a lot of anger. I had a lot of anger.
Mm.
Understand? Based
Mm.
on what had happened to me in the corporate world when I started working and stuff. I'd
Mm.
been,
The racism. Like, mm.
yes, that's what it is. And stuff. I was so angry and stuff. I was so drained and all of those kind of things. So I will come home from work. I remember even in our first year of marriage, and stuff. And I was working for a different company now, but I was still tired because I'll come back from work, and sometimes any small thing would spark a small argument, but I would react in a very, I don't know, like literally instead of a level one type of a
Mm.
argument, I'll be already on level 100 and
Mm.
stuff. And you'll be like, dude, that's uncalled for and stuff.
Mm.
And I remember the day we were like, dude, you really have to check yourself. I think you're angry,
Mm.
honestly. And I'm like, I'm not an angry person. And you're like, listen to yourself. You're saying, I'm not an angry person in a very angry way. And
Yeah.
then I remember we sat down and we started talking about it, and we started looking for the root, because it's not enough to just talk and identify the problem. A root cause analysis needs to take place in order
Mm.
for you to pinpoint what the problem is, in
Mm.
order for you guys to now know what you're fighting, know what you're praying for.
Mm. Mm.
Understand? Even if you go for counseling, so you can know exactly to say, I have an idea of where this comes from, this is my problem, and I think it emanates from this type
Mm.
of a root and stuff like that.
Mm.
Understand? But in marriage, there's healing. I remember you helped me through it. I remember you every time I would try to raise my volume. Even now, when I try to raise my volume, she says, dude, watch it. And it helps. Honestly, it helps. Because in that manner, I'm in control. I'm growing. I'm a
Mm.
better person.
Mm.
Understand?
Mm.
I think the biggest problem and biggest mistake that people have, as far as the paradigm of marriage is concerned, is that I don't want to be changed. Marriage changes people. I don't want to be changed. This is who I am. I'm like this. When you married me, I was like this. You were right. When I married you, you were like that. You're not supposed to stay like that. Marriage is
You're
bound to
supposed to
change
be
you, and
better.
it's supposed to change you, but change it for the better.
Yeah, honestly, I think that in order for healing to happen in marriage, you have to have unselfish motives.
True.
Instead of just focusing on, "Ugh, I want to stop, I want Nia to stop being angry, but focus on, I want him to get better. Whatever is hurting him, like whenever you shout, I'd say, Lord, this is not the issue. It's not the issue. And then I'll start praying for you. I said, Lord, whatever is making him angry, whatever is frustrating him, I pray and I speak your peace over him. Right now, I'm forgetting about myself and I'm focusing on you. And that's how I win you over with love, because now God now reveals deeper, and he now shows us that no, the reason he's acting like this is because of this and this and this. But they can't be healing or change or things get better and sweeter in marriage if you just have selfish motives that I just want him to stop acting like this.
Yeah, you're right. And I think the one biggest weapon is people feel entitled to taking offense. Understand in the other person.
Yeah.
To say, yes, I'm not saying don't get hurt. Get hurt, but see beyond the person's reaction. See beyond how the other person has have hurt you. Understand? If there's a trend to say, but you keep on doing this, then now you need to sit me down and say, dude, I aware you keep on doing this, and it happens because of this. Right now I'm not angry at you, or I'm still angry at you, but that doesn't matter. Let's find out, where does this emanate from? Where does it come from?
Yeah.
Understand what's the root of this whole thing, so we can get down to it and eliminate it from the root. But if you want to literally eradicate this bitterness in marriage, then you have to uproot it from its core. Then it's important for you guys to sit down and literally try find what's the root of this. Why is this person acting so selfish? I remember telling my best friend, I don't want a woman who say yes to everything, because I know I'm strong willed. I want somebody who will challenge me. So when my wife started challenging me and stuff like that, I remember us arguing through scriptures and stuff like that. And we literally stopped being friends. We were friends then.
Yeah.
We were not like
We
talking.
had a doctrinal
Yeah,
problem.
difference. Yes,
Yeah.
actually. And when I'm like, hey, I want marry a wife who's like this. And she was like, hey, I don't want a dude who's like this either and stuff. Like literally by just arguing through scripture and stuff. And a part of me was like, wow, I love her because she can stand for herself, because she's well spoken, because she can literally stand up to me. That was important because I knew the kind of person that I am. But it didn't end there. I love the fact that you confronted it when it got to marriage. To say, no, dude, you need to listen to me as well. I need to plead my case to the end. And then
100%.
I remember when I got this revelation and God told me that I need to protect you even from myself.
Yeah.
There's nobody who knows me better. I know that everybody knows. You know that you're a manipulator. You know that you can twist facts to get your point across and stuff like that. Then it becomes your responsibility to protect your partner from yourself.
The sensitive part about healing in marriage is that it demands vulnerability. It demanded me to tell you about the abuse that happened. It demanded me to tell you about how I grew up and how I relate with my family. And you had a responsibility to protect me from yourself.
Yeah.
That when we are arguing, when we are fighting, you don't say, yeah, I know you're acting like this because you grew up like this. Because that's the greatest fear of people being
That you
vulnerable
use
in
my
marriage.
weakness against
You
me.
use my weakness or my pain or my experience, and that's the worst thing ever.
I think
So no
you,
matter
yeah,
how much you fight, don't ever use your partner's vulnerability against them.
to make a point. Yeah. So it's very important that we are willing to grow, willing to learn, willing to evolve, and become better people in marriage. Allow marriage to change you. It's the best thing that can ever happen to you. You become a better person. So definitely allow marriage to change you. Don't be stubborn. Allow your partner to reflect your weaknesses, and stuff. It's fine. You will go back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes even before you admit that you have a problem and you need help, you might defend yourself once or twice. but be meek enough to be.
Yeah, change, but I think yeah, this changes hasn't have an extreme, because a lot of wives, or a lot of okay, let me just say from a wife's perspective, um, when we say allow marriage to change you, we're not saying that you should change the identity of your partner. Maybe in the tiniest of things, like if they like sports, you want to change
No,
their
no, 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 no.
preferences
That
and
that
stuff
makes
like
up
that.
who you are. We're
Yeah,
talking about the bad
was
stuff.
talking about the bad
Mm,
stuff, to say if there's that bad thing about you that's ruining your marriage, allow it to change. But if there's a certain thing that I like shopping,
shopping
allow
without a budget.
with a budget, allow me to shop and support me.
Hi, that's a topic for another day. But for
Yeah,
today, guys, thank you so much for watching this until the end. Please do like, subscribe, click on the bell for notification. And from me and my beautiful wife,
we
until
love
next
you,
time, we love you
love you,
guys.
love you, love
Thank you so
you.
much. Bye.
Really.
I'm not gonna cut this, but
Okay.
bye. Carissa is crying.
Bye.
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 Bye.